Healing fam, how are you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing great. In today's video, I was scrolling on the internet streets and came across someone talking about rom-com revenge. And I'm like, that's interesting. I'm like, okay, I'm looking for shows to watch anyway. The weekend was coming up, so I jumped on Netflix and was checking it out, and I was hooked. Soda in hand, popcorn in hand, whatever other snacks I can get. I was like, episode after episode, I was blown away. Check it out anyway. I hope you love it as much as I did, but there's a few takeaway lessons. I'm gonna stitch a few videos, people's perspectives, a few clips from the shows, just to get your appetite wet, highlights of the show, and it's really intriguing how manipulators, narcissists, will really target some of these women, especially to con them out of thousands, hundreds of thousands of money.
Fast forward, he wants to start a business, and he convinces you to invest in his business.
Right.
All right. So tell me how that happened.
So he basically, we're getting married now. We're an item. We're going to be one. Right. So, he wanted to acquire this business, this cosmetic surgery center. He wanted to acquire the business, needed a lot of money to invest it, emptied out my 401k, did all of that, sold my home, put some of that towards that. Everything.
Right. All right, couple things here. I want to ask you this, because this is so disgusting to me that he would do something like this. When he came to he moved in with you.
Moved into my home.
Moved into your home. Was he investing money also into this business?
Yeah. So he had some money.
Some funds, okay.
I found out later that the funds that he had, because it seemed like, okay, he's doing pretty good. He said he worked for the CDC. They pay him every 45 days. Like, this is the story. As I go back and I talk to other women and other victims, it's the same story. Like, we're literally laughing, sharing the same story that he's saying. But he had actually conned another woman prior to me, where he got all this money from that person. So and now he has this money to kind of spend on me, to buy engagement rings and do different things, because you took this money from this person.
All right. So now you empty out your 401k. And I want to say, for anybody listening, any man that would convince you to do those things and take those risks, like, that is a red flag. Y'all got to figure out another way. Like, we taking out a line of credit, or there's other ways. And so, because I do feel like also for people listening, like, let this be like, this should raise some suspicion because you went through it. So now in hindsight, right, what it is.
I love to hear about a scam or a sham, and I know you do too, because of the way that this app collectively made Risa Tisa's Who Did I Marry series so insanely viral. It was everywhere. So this show, Love Con Revenge, is all about love scams. And guess who's leading it? Miss Cecilia from the Tinder swindler story. Do you remember that? By the way, did you know that he fled to Israel and that's where he is right now? Whatever, anyways, she is joined by Brienne, who is a private investigator. These two are taking the stories of people that have been scammed in love and want to get revenge. Now, I'm not going to lie. The first two stories, I was having some trouble giving them empathy. I just feel like the red flags were there. But I was like, let me be compassionate. Love is blind, and people do crazy things for love, and people do crazy things to combat loneliness. The third story is absolutely crazy. But the first story, he was called the selfie scammer, and he would send videos of himself and be like, you know what? It's looking like you should send me $25. If a man is asking you for $25, you should run the other way and never look back. So I did struggle with that. I'm human. Second story was absolutely foul, but I just feel like one of the girls was like, oh, because he was in the army in the war in Iraq, that's how he did business overseas with the Saudis, and the Saudis came looking for him in Florida, United States of America, because they were loan sharks. And that just told me that she failed a geography test, because what made you think that just because he was serving in Iraq that he would have had time on the side to go to Saudi Arabia and do business with the Saudis? I couldn't feel bad for her. Like I do, but like, girl, the signs were there. Okay, but this third story is about Shariza. Shariza was married to Dorian Wilkerson, and Shariza is it. She's beautiful, and she has 2 beautiful daughters. She's super successful, self-made, and she got scammed by her husband, not a boyfriend that she found online, her husband, for $2 million. And she was sus in the beginning, okay? She had her guard up. She was properly skeptical of this man. His name is Dorian Wilkerson. He used to go by Doc because he had 2 doctorates, allegedly. No, but this man was so foul, he adopted her 2 daughters and gave them his last name. Do you know how painful that is? That's foul. I feel like I'm revealing a lot, but trust me, like, watch the whole story. There's so much more to this. And although the show is called Love, Con, Revenge, I feel like the revenge is not strong enough. I mean, yeah, it is nice that now their faces are plastered all over Netflix and a lot of people watch Netflix, but it's just not enough. Like, these men took everything from these women. And I don't think it should be a crime to believe in love. And I just feel so terrible. Are you guys watching this show? You should watch this show. It's called Love, Con, Revenge. It's on Netflix. It's new. We need to talk about it.
If his own hairline didn't trust him, why should you? $2 million? At what point does the discernment kick in? This man literally asked you to take out a loan for $100,000. He's not engaged to you. He's just your boyfriend. You tell him that you're not comfortable doing that. That's a crazy amount of money to ask somebody to take a loan out for you. You tell him that we're not going to do that because we're not even engaged. 30 days later, he's asking you to be his wife and no alarm bells go off. Your edges aren't ringing at all. Like, no, nothing. Nothing's happening at this point. I just need for discernment to kick in at some point. I love the fact that Cecilia and Brene are coming to save the day. If y'all don't know who Cecilia is, she was one of the women who was impacted by the Tinder swindler, and she has now taken her story and she has turned it into a story of power. She is out here helping other women who were impacted by love cons get their lick back. And I love that. I truly love seeing this women clock in and getting these men locked up, because I don't know what kind of itchy roach coach energy you have inside of your body. You clearly have one of those moms that romanticized you as a son and felt like her son couldn't do no wrong. Just real BV energy. You clearly are those type of men, right? But for my women, for these women that are giving people their life savings, I'm talking about thousands of dollars. This lady gave this man $2 million. $2 million. Mind you, she's beautiful. She's successful. She has gorgeous kids. She never needed a bald-headed man. He's bald. He's literally bald. So his own hairline did not trust him and evacuated the premises. That should have been your red flag right there. That should have let you know if his own hairline didn't trust him, why should you? Why should you? I don't know. I just know that this is on Netflix because y'all asked me like I don't say it. This is on Netflix.
This man literally said, call me doctor. And I fear he is not a doctor of anything. If you guys are new here, my name is Ashley. This is my super perspective where I give my take on all the things TV and movie related. And y'all know I'm here to put you on. Back to talk, Love, Con, Revenge, brought to you by the lady who got swindled by the Tinder swindler, okay? And I believe it's a 6-episode series where we're going through all manner of romance scammery, okay? But the one, again, that stands out to me most is Doctor. This man, he went to high school with this woman. They reconnect later in life. She has, raised her babies. She had them young, raised them, got her degrees, was a business consultant, minding her Black-owned business. He enters looking great, right? He's a doctor. He wants to open up a med spa, where they do all of the elective cosmetic surgical procedures and all of that. Ultimately ending up in $2 million in debt. And he done took the baby's credit as well, you guys. That was the most intriguing one for me. Again, this is 6 episodes, all different stories. Let me know, drop it in the comments if you've checked it out. Let me know your thoughts, because there's some stuff to talk about over here.
Well, anyways, my point is, before I go into that, let's listen to this real quick.
One of Love, Con, Revenge, Todd is subtly testing Jill right away to see where her boundaries are, to see how much he can push, and to see how much he can get away with. Now, it may seem innocent initially, but he takes her to get her nails done, and he picks out the color for her pedicure. he picks out this horrendous puke green. And later,
it's about control. When it comes to narcissists and manipulators, initially it might seem like sweet. That's why you have to watch people's patterns. And when you go in your belly, you're like, this doesn't sound right. This doesn't seem right. What are they asking me? I don't even like green. That's why you're like, yeah, I'm sorry, I don't like green. Like in that particular episode, the lady went along with the fact that he's paying for it, so he chose a color for her. I would have been like, yeah, no thank you. I like pink, so I'm gonna go with pink, sorry. But that's where it comes with learning yourself, your boundaries, your preferences. You have to know you, and you have to really make yourself not be an easy target to narcissists, to manipulators. And sometimes, even if you become a bait, recognizing what it is and being able to have the agency with yourself to walk away, quietly, silently remove yourself from there before it gets too crazy, or before you lose yourself, your life, your money, your light. Oh my God, in one of them, the doctor one with the lady, they got, like, she got, the very time she was getting proposed to, that was when she would have stopped it. She would have said, no, I don't want this proposal. Get into that place where you are so comfortable within yourself and be able to say, no, that's not for me. Even if you say yes, going back and being like, after thinking about it, I don't think this is the right choice. I'm sorry, but this engagement is not going to work for me. You're not my kind. Let's get to know each other a little more. And maybe when I'm ready, and when I feel ready, then yes. But don't be a people pleaser mode and keep saying yes and yes and yes. This lady was going on and on, taking her money from her retirement. I mean, I've been there, taking money out of her retirement for love. But the thing is, even when you do it, asking questions, asking other people, like, hey, he just asked me to take this and so money from my account for my retirement for a business project, for this. What do you think? I gave it to him though, but he's asking for more. What do you think? Should I? Asking perspective, going to therapy, bouncing it off somebody else. So you're not sucked into the vote. I call it the dark vote of the narcissist. The dark vote. But this show will have you. So she was taking so much money for this guy who had opened this clinic, plastic surgery clinic, and it was a shit show from the get-go, and was sucking money into it. People were getting hurt. Somebody even passed away, his own cousin or whatever. But man, that guy was a con artist from hell. And this woman married this man, had beautiful teenage daughters all over this man. This man will be carrying, at one of the pictures they were decorating like a Christmas tree. And I'm like, that's very inappropriate for a teenage daughter that age to be sitting on his back. Like, for me, that's kind of like physical boundary. Like, why would your daughter, her body in that state, forming, becoming a woman, and having that man touch her like that, sitting on his, like, I just felt like that was very odd. This is why it's so important for us women to protect our children, even when you are dating a new man. Like, not make yourself so vulnerable, because that person is taking advantage of you and taking advantage of your children as well. Your no should be strong. Even if you don't say no right away, know when to start saying no. Know when to start wrap it up. No, this is not working. Seek a second, third, fourth, fifth opinion regarding the issue, especially if it's unsettling to you. So important to trust your gut, trust your intuition, trust your gut, trust your intuition. If it doesn't seem right, if it doesn't sound right, if it seems like too much of a slippery slope, if it seems like it's too good to be true, don't be like, yeah, maybe it's not like that. He loves me. Da, 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 da. No, there are people who literally are wicked. Yeah, they are wicked, they are dark, and they will destroy you. They will stop at nothing to destroy you. And after they destroy you, they will go on to nest, and you are the one left to pick up the pieces. At least these people chasing after them and trying to bring justice to them and trying to get some of those monies some of these women have lost. But I mean, the time, the energy, all the stuff, the resources that have been wasted, it's hard to get those back. But these are real life scenarios. Women who are desperate for love, and some of these men target these men on this. Once again, going back to the dating apps, you are a perfect candidate. You say, oh, vet, yeah, great vet, but watch their patterns. What are they saying? What are they doing? Especially the men who will be asking you for money. Be like, no man should be asking you for money. Watch what they're saying. Be quiet. Listen to what they're saying. What are they saying about their past? What evidences do you have about them? What researches have they done? Have you Googled their name? Have you done a background check? And I know sometimes it's not easy to get it all at once, but as your intuition is picking up on things like, that's not right. What's going on here? Go on the internet. Search. Ask questions. Google them. Keep Googling them. Ask somebody else to Google them. Ask somebody, a friend, for an opinion. But anyways, she picked that color and was horrendous. And that should have been her first red flag for this man being a user, using love, and promising, future faking. A lot of these people were future faking with these women. It was not even joking, and pretending to have some form of a family with them, but the whole time they were just trying to get money out of them. And if you're desperate for that type of validation and love and attention from a man, these men are not up to no good. Even the ones that are supposed to be good, you have to watch your back, your front, your sides, and constantly be on alert and literally be your own FBI agent, do your own investigative work on this man, because otherwise they will leave you broken in pieces, and you'll be like, yeah, man, watch it. I don't know who's raising this man, but you have the power and agency to watch it. I'm gonna read one quick comment real quick. My boyfriend, at the time, I got some icy to drink, but it was a little warm, so I put a aluminum cup with ice and I started mixing it with ice. That's a long one. But anyway, let me know your thoughts and opinions. Have you watched the show? Go catch it because my time is up, so I might come out with part 2. Okay, love you, bye.
Desperate and delusional women make the best victims, and Love, Gone Revenge on Netflix is a perfect example of this. The show is on Netflix, and this is what it looks like on Netflix if you want to go watch. The level of desperation and the desire to be loved that the women displayed on this show is precisely why they were chosen for the scam. If you're going to follow along, I am currently discussing episode 5 and fast forward to about 13 minutes in. This portion is called Major League Scammer, and it is about a woman who was taken for $140,000. I'm going to tell you what happened, and then we are going to discuss the ways in which she signaled to the man who scammed her that she was ripe for the picking. So this woman, her name is Lindsay, and she was 32 years old when this occurred. She was on the TIN dating app and matched with a man named Christopher Lloyd. Christopher told Lindsay that he was a retired Major League Baseball player and that he used his money from playing in the major leagues to invest. Now he's super rich and he's a father, and he's just on Tinder looking for a good girl to settle down with. They begin to text back and forth every single day, creating a false sense of intimacy for Lindsay. So because Christopher Lloyd is a financial planner and financial advisor, he is interested in the people around them. He is interested in their money. So Lindsay reveals to him that she inherited her mother's 401k after her mother died in a tragic accident at a young age. By month 2, Of them FaceTiming and talking on the phone and texting daily, Lindsay decides that it is a good idea to wire Christopher $140,000 based on a fake investment contract that he had drawn up. After she wire transferred that $140,000 to Christopher Lloyd's personal banking account, he stopped communicating with her as normal. And it was only when Lindsay began to feel rejected by this man who had been saying, good morning, beautiful, how are you? And checking in with her every day for the past 2 months, is when she started to put the pieces together that maybe she had been scammed. It was literally only because she began to feel rejected by Christopher that she started to have an inkling that something was up. Long story short, yes, the money is gone, and no, she will never get it back. So let's talk about what Lindsay did wrong. Number one, and I know that some of you are going to be offended, but I don't care what anybody says. For you to be a woman looking for love on a dating app signals desperation in the first place. Full stop. If you have a dating profile in the first place, the men know that you are likely desperate and looking to be loved. Next, putting too much information in your dating app profile. In her dating app profile, Lindsay let the world know that she had just recently moved to a new place, signaling to predators that she was likely isolated and did not have people around her to really protect her. Also, all of the women on the show, if you take note, they all talk about how they were single for a while. Once again, desperation. On Lindsay's profile, she was letting the men know that she had been single for a while and she was seeking a long-term monogamous relationship. Once again, to predators, that signals desperation. Especially that I've been single for a while part. Men know that there is a lot of shame and stigma attached to single women, especially single women who are above a certain age. And they will use that to their advantage. Okay, next up. Just because you are texting and talking to a man every day does not mean that you know him. The really bad thing about dating apps is that they create this false sense of intimacy. And a lot of women believe that just because they've been texting or video chatting with these men for a couple of weeks, that they actually know each other. No, you do not know that man. He is still a stranger to you. And because women love to overshare in order to try to create a bond with men, they use that to their advantage. And most of them are just parroting back what you have already said to them in order to make you like them more and feel as though you have a genuine connection. You do not. That man is still a stranger. Okay, so one opinion that I have is that I feel that there is a difference between going on dates with someone and actually dating them with the intentions to be together. Lindsay says that they were dating, but they were really going on dates. There was no established conversation or, talk about what their future together was going to be like. So, when it was finally time for Lindsay to wire the money to Chris, he was rushing her and telling her that if she did not get the money to him by a certain date, that the contract would expire and she would no longer be eligible to invest with him. Never, ever, ever let a man rush you into anything. Sex, meeting up with him, revealing intimate and personal details of your life. Never let a man rush you into anything. When a man is rushing you, that means that he has something to hide from you. When a man is rushing you, that means that you are in danger. Never let a man rush or bully you into anything. That should really signal alarm bells in your head. The next thing that Lindsay did was that she did not even research this investment firm that she was going to be putting her money into. Because she believed that she had found her perfect Tyrone, she did not bother to do any research. She took his word for it because she liked him and wanted to be liked by him. And the last thing that Lindsay did wrong was ignore her actual real-life financial planner's advice and still wired the money to Chris. Her real-life financial advisor told her that it was not a good idea, and especially not a good idea, to clear out the entire 401k. But because Lindsay liked Chris and wanted to be liked by Chris, she pulled out all of the money and wired it to his personal bank account. Lindsay will never get that money back, ever. Ladies, please do better. The desperation and the delusion are making y'all marks.
Y'all, so I'm watching this documentary on Netflix. It's called Love, Con, Revenge. Who was watching it? Because the first episode, I was like, wait, what the fuck? Like, you got to be lying. So basically, pretty much what it is this man. He claims he has this like mental health sanctuary. Beautiful place. Very beautiful place. So what he's doing, he's finessing these beautiful women out of their money. And I mean, it ain't 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's a lot of them. It's a bunch of them. He done finessed them out of their money. So what he's doing is that he'll sit there and like love bomb them, sending them videos, telling them how, you know, how his day is going, just all kind of stuff, right? So he also asks them how they're doing, but he is targeting the women that just got out of like divorces or bad relationships and stuff like that. So y'all, he'll sit there and like he'll ask them for money, saying he needed for his sanctuary or whatever, pay him back and a little bit more too, right? So then all of a sudden, and this is only a month and some change in, and he's asking these women for money and they're giving it to him. Y'all, homeboy got a condo in Tennessee. This is based off of Tennessee. He had a condo and then he had a sanctuary. But y'all, he conned them women out of $2,500, $12,000, all kind of stuff, right? And so finally, the lady, so what they do is that the women that then got conned, they reach out to this one lady that shared her story on TikTok. Then they got this PI that sits there and go and try to help them find these men. So with the lady, she did go to the police, but they told her no, that this might be a civil suit and that you might need to go through them. So then it come to find out with her having this PI and hiring this lady, they're able to get more women. Y'all, he finessed the hell out of these women. Finessed the hell out of them. So what happened was they were able to take his behind to court finally and prove their case. And so he had to end up selling the sanctuary and then had to pay them back. Now I'm on the second episode now to where it's this man that he was in the military. He's claiming that he was in the military for 10 plus years and that him and his dog Zeus was in the military together. They served time together in the military. Then he's sitting there claiming that this black man who really passed away in the military, that he protect them and he took a bullet for him and everything else. And talking about he's sending money to Clarence and his kids. Y'all, right now, Clarence ain't got no kids. Clarence ain't took no bullet for him. They said Clarence ended up passing away because his they bombed the truck that he was in. Then the dude was going in and taking money out of his girlfriend's account. $500 a day. And y'all, remember I was telling y'all about the other lady, right? The first episode. Homegirl went and took money out of her 401k to help him. And he was ungrateful. Like, oh. Then he had the nerve to ask her 17-year-old daughter if she can give him money. I know you fucking I know you lied. Yo, if y'all watch this, let me know, please.
You guys, I'm here watching this show called Love, Con, Revenge on Netflix. Have you seen it? Oh my God. One woman got conned $2 million from her husband of 5 years, okay? That said he was an MD. He was never an MD, okay? Never an MD. And she opened up a practice for him and she took out $2 million worth of loans. Another one, 10 grand. Another one, another guy, he got conned by a woman. I don't know, $100,000 because she said she was sick. Be very mindful who you get involved with, okay? This show, if you're ever curious if someone's a grifter, if someone's a con man or a con woman, this will cure you. Yeah, and I got some interesting qualifications that will help you along the way to identify if you're getting conned. You know what? I don't even care if I get flack for saying this. Don't be lending money. You work hard for your money. What are you over here lending money? I'm gonna lend you money when you're in trouble. Come on. You know what? You want to be loved and validated that bad? Just validate yourself. You know what my Persian grandma would say? Get the out of here lending you money. Go find a bank. I ain't a bank, okay? That's it. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to tell people. Go find a freaking bank. I ain't no bank for you. That's that.
I got a recent update that one of the criminals in the series Love, Con, Revenge is posting and trying to boost something out of this. And I have some thoughts. Why are all these fraudsters, criminals, scammers so similar? The people you meet in real life have certain traits that is just coming up again and again. That grandiose view of themselves, that they're now thinking that they're going to get something out of this. If it's because that, in my case with the Tinder swindler, he actually has been out until he was jailed now, I have no idea. But it still astonishes me how they're not feel shame, how they don't want to just live a righteous lifestyle, that they're really feeling that they have deserved this and that these people that they have defrauded kind of deserved it because they were just being friendly to just being kind.